What's up, guys? It's Mitchell or Deity, and today we're going to be going over the two new units that got announced, and I'm just going to give like my initial thoughts of how I think they're going to end up turning out. So the first one is this. So she's pretty cool. She looks really nice. I will say that they designed her great. Almost everything they do in Epic 7 is pretty nice. So looking at her, she is a mage and she's ice. So right off the bat, I'm trying to think of like grass units that can counter her. But also HU Fiend, the HU Fiend is like the main thing I'm thinking because it helps mitigate your pushback. But you have HU Fiend versus that, but HU Fiend S1 is element neutral, but there's no real buffs to the spell. So I feel like HU Fiend might end up being something that can be used against her. But looking at her, she just seems like another Broman to me. But not element neutral like Broman is, and you have to soul burn to get the pushback every turn, and the pushback's only up to 30% total, up to 30%, because I think it's 10% plus 5 to 20, so you can do 30, so it's like a lesser Broman, but yeah, she looks nice just all around. I'm very, very excited about her coming to the game. I don't know if she'll get played that much, I'll be honest. Which I'll go over more as we look at her. So 106 base speed, so I don't see her being used in any kind of cleavy setup because she's just too slow. Maybe someone will work her in, but I'm not sure. So going into skill introduction, so this first skill, I'm going to go ahead and pause it here. So 60% chance, it's her S3, and attacks all enemies, and 60% chance of stun. So I really think she'll be a decent Abyssal Crown user, obviously. I know in the live stream they were talking about putting her on Book, but she has a 10 soul burn on her S2, which we'll talk about here in a second. So I don't think Book's really necessary. I think you just Abyssal Crown, and you're just aiming for stunning everything. But we'll have to see. So increases made by combat randomness while adds 5% according to number. So this can boost you up to 20% if you crit. The bad thing is she's grass, so there's a chance that she's water, so if they draft grass, or whatever the element is, already at a 50% chance to miss crit. If they draft Rylet, 70% chance. So she can be pretty easily countered if you draft her too early. I'm thinking mostly RTA when I'm talking about this. That's the only real game mode I play anymore. But so that skill's like, it's okay. But this is the main skill on her. I feel like attacks all enemies. Explosion of Ice dispelling one buff. So she strips one buff, which is good. I prefer strip over one turn cooldown, like Cerise has. So I do like that about her, but the thing is she's too slow to build fast, to go turn one, like contest turn one with her, I feel like. So it seems like she's going to be like a middle ground unit where she's just there to like disrupt the enemy throughout the fight. I mean, she's an AoE on every hit except for S1, which triggers SSB, so you got to keep that in mind. I don't know. She just looks weird. So she bases everything about herself on crit. So that makes her hard to build. She has 27 base crit, which showed earlier. But that means you have to build crit, you need a decent amount of speed, and you want bulk. So that she can survive to continuously do this. So this has a 10 soul burn, this is where I was talking about Book, to where it decreases skill by 2 turns, and it is a 3-turn skill after Mola. So if you burn it, then you can do it again next turn. And then you can continually do it over and over and over, which is pretty nice. It's like a Taiwan soul burn, I guess. It's a little bit faster even. But I don't know. It's weird. I think she'll be okay, but I don't think she'll be insanely broken. But I don't. I could very well be wrong. But cover rate is between 5 and 20%. So this is what I was talking about. Up to 30% pushback, whereas Broman is up to 50%. So, like, I still think that if you just built a Broman the same way you would build her, you don't have to rely on crit chance. And then you just silence, and then you just go. So I still feel like I'm a huge Broman nerd, so I don't know. But this has Unhealable on the S1, which is okay, but it's not crazy. And you see it's single target. So against Rowena like that, and as you see, Rowena's going to be an annoying grass unit to fight against. So looking at her, I think she'll be okay. But we'll have to see. I still think if you just want a unit that does what she does, just build Broman instead, and then you'll get the same out of it. I guess for against like Moonlight Lilibet, then you don't get the debuffs if you use her instead. So ML Lilibet can't proc, but ML Lilibet's not out yet, so I don't know how much she's going to shake the meta up as well. So It's exciting. This artifact crit chance of all eyes up to 10%. It's cool. It's like Midnight Bloom, and increases the effectiveness of the caster. So this is. I still just think there's too many good mage artifacts for that really to be seen very much in PvP. As much as I can tell, it'll be a good PvE artifact maybe, but so she's coming out March 11th. So pretty soon, 1 week from today or tomorrow technically. So that is the first unit. And that's my thoughts on her. I think she'll be okay, but don't think she'll be crazy. So yeah, the 13. She's here for 2 weeks though, so you have 2 weeks to pull for her, which is pretty nice. So secondly though, we're gonna be going into. I think this unit, the new ML 4-star, is much better. All right, where is she? All right, so here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the sound back on and let's watch this again. Now her, I'm excited for. She. Oh wait, no, this is Violet. That's Violet. Alright, there she is. Alright, hold up.
Not limited. A fourth.
Alright. So here we go. Now this is the new unit. Sorry. Forgot Violet was in there. She looks even better. Everything about her, she's just better. She's an ML 4-star, so she's going to be annoying to try to get. But she will be on the next Mystic Banner rotation, most likely. I would assume. She might come out earlier to where you can get her from Covenant and Moonlight. But yeah, I think she'll be on the next Mystic Banner, which will be a rerun banner. Look at her design though; she's so much better than Ida in my opinion. I like her a lot. But see, they're showing ML Khawana as well. Or is this regular Khawana? That looks like ML Khawana. Maybe, I don't know. He probably will be the next one that comes out. I think that's ML Khawana, right? I don't know, but let me know down below, I guess. But her skill right here, this is just clean, and this is like a dispel. For your, or not dispel, it's a cleanse for your team. But the biggest thing with her, now looking at this, she has 43% innate crit chance, and then you can mull her S2 to go up to 53. They were saying in the live stream it's 70%. It's not 70%. I'm 90% sure of. It is 53%. So, because her passive gets added on, they changed that a while back. But she also gets crit damage. So if you see, she's 165 base crit damage as well. So she does get 15% crit damage from her skill tree as well. And then she is a warrior, and I'll explain how I would build her, and I think I am going to try to. Hopefully I get her. But I know how I want to use her. She has pretty high attack. That's really nice attack stat. Her bulk's a little bit lacking. It's okay. Warrior stats. So this though, she has her imprints are health and effectiveness. I would probably just leave it on health, to be honest, because what the stuff you're gonna be trying to restrict isn't gonna have effect resist. So this increases critical hit chance. This is what I'm talking about. This is her passive S2. Well, it's not really a skill 2. It's just her passive. So when ally attacks by dual attack, you get 15% extra attack. So she already has 53% innate crit, and she has extra crit damage, and she gets a bunch of attack. So it's gonna be hard to find the right mix of bulk, plus that she already just starts with so much damage. I feel like you can make some insane builds on her, because whenever she scales up 15% up to 5 times, she's gonna hit hard if she can survive in the late game. So we're showing her off in Katas, because she just stacks immediately and then just starts smacking back, which is huge. And then she also cleanses and gives speed buff, which we'll go over in a second. So here is her skill 3. So releases power to dispel 2 debuffs. So she cleanses 2, which is pretty nice, and increases speed. So 2 debuff cleanse, speed increase. I mean, that's a really good thing. And then she gives a barrier that's equivalent to her attack, and it's 4-turn cooldown. So if she can survive in a fight, if you draft her into like a no damage comp and she lives for a while, like Sigurd's Scythe on her is sounding decent, because if she can survive, she's gonna be hitting so hard, she's gonna heal so much with her S1. So like a Sigurd's Scythe counter build's an option, because you just get all those stats. It's gonna be a lot easier to build her on that. But then she's gonna be slower, but she gives herself speed buff. So I feel like she's gonna be like kind of like a Robbie in that sense. Possibly. That's one way you could build her, but I feel like because of her extra stats, you can build her like a billion different ways. So what I want to use her for is coming up in her next skill, which is her skill 1, and it is she restricts on her skill 1. So she's like, and she's a dark unit, so this right here. So this has a 100% chance to restrict after Mola, which is amazing. Anytime a unit actually has a 100% chance to do whatever they're supposed to do on their skill 1, that's a huge thing. And it's a restrict for I had 70% chance to restrict for 2 turns when target is light. So yeah, so 100% chance to restrict for 2 turns when they're light, meaning it's kind of a Sage Ball counter. So in my mind, what I would want to do with her is run her on Crimson Seed against Sage Ball. And Crimson Seed could work on against General Purgus too, because General Purgus is crit chance imprint, and it can restrict the General Purgus, so that's kind of nice. But then you lose your survivability, so that's where I'm gonna like have to play around with her once I get her and see, do I want to focus on crit chance, or not crit chance, do I want to focus on bulk and have her live with Sigurd, or do I want to have her as a specific Sage Ball / maybe a couple other unit counter and just do that one job, and see, because she gives herself innate survivability with her shield and stuff on her S3 anyway, and a 4-turn cooldown, so she can survive a little bit longer, I guess. But I don't know. Like I said, she'll be out decently soon, and then I think she'll be in Mystic rotation, and that's when hopefully I'll pull her, because I'm missing Sage Ball, so I'm praying it's Sage Ball as the next Mystic rotation and not Specimen Says, but we'll have to see. So that is it for this, though. Let me know down below what you're thinking, how you think they could be built. Obviously, there's probably a bunch of different ways. I'm probably missing something. If there's something that you think I didn't cover that is a good note, just comment down below. I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you could subscribe, that'd be amazing, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a good day.